If you feel anxious when your phone isn't in your hand, you're not alone, but it's not your fault. Your brain is being hijacked. And today, I'll show you exactly how to take it back. Most of us check our phones over 100 times a day, even when we don't need to. Why? The answer lies in a tiny chemical called dopamine. Research from the University of Texas, specifically the McCombs School of Business, shows that the mere presence of a smartphone can reduce cognitive capacity. In a study involving nearly 800 participants, those who kept their phones nearby even if turned off or on silent performed worse on tasks requiring attention and working memory. Researchers explain that even without interacting with the device, the brain allocates resources to ignore it, which consumes mental energy and reduces efficiency in other activities. This phenomenon is known as brain drain. You start by being productive. You're working hard on your goals and you feel good about it, but then you start to feel anxious because you're not being as productive as you want to be. So you take a break and you scroll on your phone and you feel even worse because now you're just distracting yourself from what you should be doing. But then you say to yourself, okay, enough of this. I need to focus up. So you put your phone away and you try to focus on your work. But because you've been distracted for so long, you can't seem to get into a deep focus state. And just when you think it can't get any worse, your phone lights up and it's your 87th notification of the day. And you know what? It's just going to keep going like this if you don't do something to stop it. So what do? Well, you could try and fight it. You could try and resist the urge to check your phone every 2 minutes. This is the dopamine trap, and it's destroying your life. Dopamine is the neurotransmitter that our brain releases when we feel motivated or rewarded. It's essentially the happiness hormone. But here's the problem. Our brain gets addicted to it, and media and notification systems are designed to abuse that addiction. They want to give us constant microdoses of dopamine so we stay engaged and keep consuming their content. When you use social media, your brain gets a little hit of dopamine every time you open the app. And these apps are designed to be as addictive as possible. The more you use them, the more your brain gets used to it, and the more you need it. It's a cycle that's hard to break, but there's hope. You can train your brain to get back to baseline levels of dopamine so you're not constantly chasing the next hit. This is the first step to breaking the dopamine trap. Every ping, every scroll, is a slot machine for your brain. This is the dopamine trap and it's destroying your life. Dopamine is the neurotransmitter that makes you feel motivated and rewarded. It's your brain's way of saying, hey, this feels good, do it again. But too much dopamine from too many sources is what's causing the problem. And guess what? The media and notification systems are designed to release constant microdoses of dopamine into your brain so you stay addicted to them. The more you use these apps, the more they control you. Here's how to break the cycle. No one, delete social media apps from your phone and only use them on a desktop computer. This way you can control the amount of time you spend on them. You won't be mindlessly scrolling through your feed, and you can actually be more intentional with your usage. No, to turn off notifications. This is key because notifications are designed to pull you back into the app. They're basically little dopamine hits that keep you hooked. But if you turn them off, you won't be mindlessly opening apps and you can actually focus on the task at hand. This is the invisible cost. Most people have no idea how much their productivity is being affected by anxiety. I know it's not as easy as it sounds, like you can't just turn off your anxiety. But what if you could learn to control it? What if you could learn to use it to your advantage? One of the biggest distractions in our day-to-day lives is our phone. We all have the ability to deep focus, but we lose that ability when we start checking our phone. When you're anxious, your brain goes into what's called fight or flight mode. Your body is preparing to either fight a bear or run from a lion. And in that state, you don't have the ability to focus deeply on anything. There was a study done at the University of Texas, where they had 2 groups of students. One group was told to study for 10 minutes while having their phone on silent, and the other group was told to study for 10 minutes while having their phone on their desk. After 10 minutes, they both took a cognitive test. The group that had their phone on their desk scored significantly lower than the group that didn't. Here's how to break the cycle. We're going to start with dopamine fasting. This means going for periods of time without any digital stimulation. You might be thinking, I can't go more than an hour without checking my phone. Well, that's where you're wrong. You can do it. And it's actually really easy. What you need to do is to batch your notifications. This means that you're going to check your apps all at once instead of throughout the day. So what I do is I check my apps at 9 a.m., then again at 5 p.m., and then one last time at 9 p.m. before bed. And then the next day I do the same thing, but I don't check my phone for the first hour. This is called low dopamine mornings. It's when you don't check your phone first thing in the morning. And it's actually one of the best ways to start your day. Because if you don't start your day with your phone, then you're less likely to feel anxious, and you'll be able to focus on the things that are important to you. Many of us find ourselves trapped in endless scrolling, checking notifications, and feeling drained. The first step to breaking this cycle is awareness. Understanding that your brain is seeking tiny dopamine hits helps you realize why focus slips away so easily. One practical strategy is creating physical barriers between you and your phone. Even putting it in another room, in a drawer, or in a bag can make a huge difference. Your brain stops constantly allocating energy to resist the urge to check it. Next, consider a digital detox or scheduled breaks. Allocate certain hours of the day where you do not touch your phone or social media. This gives your mind a chance to reset and regain control over attention and focus. Another effective approach is mindfulness practice. While abstaining from your devices, notice the urges without acting on them. Observe your thoughts, recognize cravings for notifications, and let them pass without judgment. The dopamine method, developed by Dr. Lembke, can guide this process in 8 steps: data, objectives, problems, abstinence, mindfulness, insight, new steps, and experiment. Each step helps you understand your behavior and gradually reduce compulsions. For example, Jacob, a patient struggling with constant digital distractions, hid his phone in a drawer and followed these steps. Over time, he regained focus, reduced anxiety, and improved his productivity without relying on willpower alone. Breaking the cycle is not about eliminating technology completely, but about using it intentionally, setting boundaries, and reclaiming your attention. Small, consistent actions create lasting change. By applying these strategies, you can regain control over your mind, focus on meaningful work, and experience the true benefits of a digital minimalism approach. Here's what happens when you take back control of your life. You will have laser focus. You will feel less anxious. You will have more free time. When you actively practice digital minimalism, the benefits become clear. First, your focus improves. You can complete tasks without constant interruptions from notifications. Second, anxiety decreases by stepping away from endless scrolling and social media comparisons. Your mind feels calmer and more in control. Finally, you gain more free time. Hours previously lost to mindless scrolling can now be spent on reading, learning, exercising, or simply enjoying moments without a screen. Small changes in how you use technology can have a huge impact on your mental clarity, productivity, and overall well-being. And a recent study actually showed that taking control of your life can make you happier than money. The study was conducted by the University of California, Berkeley. They surveyed over 1,000 people and found that those who had a sense of control over their lives were significantly happier than those who didn't. And maybe this can be aligned with the phrase, the boredom of having and the yearning to possess. Now that you understand the power of digital minimalism and the impact of dopamine on your attention, it's time to take action. Start small, turn off unnecessary notifications. Set specific times for checking your phone, and create moments where devices are completely out of reach. Notice how your focus improves, your anxiety decreases, and you gain precious free time to invest in meaningful activities. Remember, the goal is not to eliminate technology entirely, but to use it intentionally, so it serves you instead of controlling you. If you found these tips helpful, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss new strategies to reclaim your attention and boost productivity. Start today and take the first step toward a calmer, more focused, and purposeful digital life. So if you're feeling stuck or out of control, just remember, it's not too late. You can take back control of your life and be happy.